Well, meantime, with many people struggling to pay their bills, two San Jose city leaders are proposing a rent freeze. KPIX5's John Ramos on the new push to help people financially impacted by the virus.
Governor Newsom imposed the eviction ban so people wouldn't get thrown out of their apartments, but they still owed their landlords back rent. Now, two San Jose City Council members are taking the next step and saying they shouldn't have to pay anything. Council members Magdalena Carrasco and Raul Perales say in the long run, the governor's plan to halt evictions will do nothing to keep laid-off workers in their homes.
Our current eviction moratorium only delays the inevitable. 3 or 4 months from now, a low-wage worker will only have accumulated a massive rent debt. Eviction will become almost inevitable.
They are proposing a 3-month suspension of residential rent payments for all units if the tenant can demonstrate a direct financial impact due to the coronavirus pandemic. They say it does no good to postpone accrued debt that people will not be able to pay. In a conference call this morning, tenant Kat Makaya was brought to tears by her family's desperate situation.
We want to work here and serve our community. We want to raise our children here. We want to take care of our parents. Please keep us home and help our community before it's too late.
But landlords would still be liable for their mortgage debt, and a spokesman for the California Apartment Association says the ordinance would penalize the very people providing housing for local residents. That's unfair, their statement reads. Rather than push forward with this unlawful ordinance, the city should focus on helping struggling residents and businesses pay their bills versus potentially subjecting the city to costly lawsuits. Rick Hill sees both sides. He doesn't mind giving a rent break to people who are out of work for no fault of their own, but thinks the federal government needs to step in to make sure the landlords don't go broke either.
You know, it's not the landlord that's saying, you know, you can't go to work. It's the government saying that. So therefore, I think that Trump and his boys ought to be, you know, responsible for taking care of that landlord too.
In San Jose, John Ramos, KPIX 5.